Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Tuesday, the 24th of November 2020, 8:54 in the morning, and we are on our way down to the olive grove to start today's work. Right, so we're going to get stuck in. Got the olive shaker. Gina's got her little hand tool, and together we are going to smash all these trees. We're going to smash all the olives off them.
With the olive smashers.
The olive smashers, that's right. Our neighbours have arrived, which is always great. Bon dia! This workhorse tractor has been running for almost 3 days, so now it's time to put some diesel in. It's such an amazing machine, this. That's green diesel. It's for agricultural use. I think in England they have red diesel. They put like a dye in it or something that stains your fuel tank if you use it illegally. I'm not sure if it's the same here. The time now is 2:20, and yeah, I think we've got something like 7 trees left, which is pretty amazing. Yeah, I'm really glad because tomorrow is going to be raining, so yeah, it's a real relief to have gotten through them so quickly. For some reason, we don't seem to have gotten as many olives on this on this part, which is really strange because the very first trees that we picked were on that top left corner over there, and off 2 trees we got 90 kilograms. So, you know, you expand that over, 80 trees, and you're looking at about 3 tons. So, yeah, it's a bit strange. So far, we've had 2 full pickup loads, and then we're probably going to have probably half a pickup load, or maybe a pickup load off the stuff that we're doing in front here. So we'll see. It's about 3 pickup loads. It's a 1 ton pickup. Obviously, there's lots of leaves and stalks in there, so yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what we get. I mean, this year, olive-wise, there's some of them have had loads of olives on, and some haven't been so great. So, you know, a lot of them are lying on the floor, but that is how it is. Anyway, I've got to do a battery change on the cameras here that I'm doing time lapses with, and yeah, and then get back to work. It's turned into another really beautiful day. It was quite sort of misty this morning and much cooler, but now it's a real stunner of a day. Yeah. I love seeing these tractor prints in the mud. Yeah. That's proper farmy to me. It makes me feel like I'm in Kromrefear or something. Okay. Okay, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
No passa nada.
Yeah. It's 1, 2, 3, yeah. 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 So even though Joaquin's got a neck brace on, he's still working loads. The idea was that I was going to do lots of this tree shaking, but Joaquin is such a hard worker, and obviously I'm a lot slower than him, so he just keeps grabbing it off me and going. This guy just doesn't stop working. Is Mimo giving you a hard time?
Yeah. He's like, don't pull that,
Stop that, man. Look at you. You're irritating. You're an irritating pain. That's what you are.
This is not a bad load.
No. We've got 3.5 trees left.
Did you say we'd be finished by 3:30? Is what we said? Oh no, just that.
No, 3.5 trees.
Oh, that's jolly bon.
Yeah. It's not as many olives as I was expecting, but it's been a bit poor up this end, the harvest. But this is our dry part. So this is like the highest part on the land, so it's a lot drier than the lower sections. And the lower sections had loads of nice plump olives. Oh well, is what it is.
Still enough to give us olive oil.
Jeez, yeah, we're going to get 150, 200 litres or so out of this. Yeah. So all in all, this is pretty cool, man. I didn't expect, in our first year of moving to this farm that we'd be harvesting olives, harvesting our grapes and making wine out of them and making olive oil. I thought in our first year that we would kind of have to ease into things and, get all the equipment and learn the knowledge and all of that. So, yeah, it's been pretty cool that we've managed to achieve all of this in our first year. And it wouldn't have been possible without our amazing neighbours. I mean, honestly, they're third generation farmers who've, they've lived here, their parents have lived here, their grandparents and their great grandparents, and they've lived on this particular land in this space. And they know this land well, and without that knowledge, obviously we could have looked at YouTube or Google and figured out how to do it, but I don't think we would have done anything this year, So yeah, pretty amazing, huh? Pretty amazing that we've had their help. And I couldn't ask for better neighbours, honestly. Sergio, I know you watch these movies, and I really do appreciate your family. They're awesome. Thank you so much. So Joaquin's on the final tree. The final tree, and then we're done. Very exciting. Looks like we're nearly there. 3:41 on Tuesday the 24th. Tuesday the 24th of November 2020. 3 days of picking. And we've completed. Finito. Wow. Wow. Good stuff. Muito obrigado. And that's it, guys. The olive harvest is done. Now, all that needs to happen is we're just going to pick up all the olives. We're going to put them in buckets like what they're doing over there, pack all the nets away and put the rest of the olives in the pickup. And that'll go to the press tomorrow. So, all very exciting. As much as I love that Ford tractor, it's quite nice to not hear the engine running for the first time in 3 days. It's so peaceful now. So tomorrow at about 10 o'clock, we're going to follow Joachim and we're going to go to the Lagar, which is where they press the olives. So that's going to be cool. We're going to follow him there. And yeah, but this is it for the day, which is really exciting. I think right now inside the car here, we've probably got about 500 kilos. So I'm not sure what our total's going to be, but it's going to be somewhere between 1,500 and 2,000 kilograms, but we'll see. A lot of the olives, and unfortunately a lot of the olives were quite dry, and so they don't weigh as much anymore. And tomorrow's going to rain, and when it rains, then they all swell up again, and they weigh more. So unfortunately, we got them when some of them were quite dry. But a lot of them are in really beautiful condition. I mean, look at that. So yeah. What's going on with these dogs? Oh, she's chasing birds.
Quando falar para o Sérgio, diga ao Sérgio, aqui não brinca em serviço.
Brinca service, okay.
Diga ao Sérgio.
So I must call Sergio. Okay. Okay.
Pode falar, não é?
So
Pode falar.
falar Sergio that
Sim. Joaquim não brinca em serviço. Sempre a dar, sempre a dar.
Ok, Joaquim, brinque service. Ok, ok.
Tchau, até amanhã.
Muito obrigado. Amanhã. Tchau. Muito obrigado, Costa. So that's pretty exciting. 3 days of hard graft, and that was pretty hard graft. And it's come to an end. But actually, the next part is starting now. I've got a ridiculous amount of footage. I think each day I was doing about 100 gigabytes of footage. I've got tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of photographs that have to be stitched together into time lapses from 2 different cameras. I've got all the GoPro footage, I've got drone footage. I got so many hours of footage to go through. And then, yeah, I'm going to make an awesome episode. And you probably have been watching it already. And yeah, so if you like this channel, if you like the videos, please do the right thing and hit the subscribe button if you want to get notifications so you know when I've uploaded something new. Hit the bell icon and yeah, don't forget to thumbs up and support the channel that way. Hey guys and girls, it's Wednesday the 25th of November 2020, 10:01 in the morning, and we're just going to meet our neighbour. We're just going to meet our neighbour so we can take the olives to the lagar, to the press.
Hola.
Bom dia! Oh, do you have the papers?
Oh, do I need to take the other 2?
Okay, yes. Okay. Right. So the farmer's here. We've just got to get the original pieces of paper that we got from dropping off the last 2 loads. So Gina's just going to go in and fetch that. And yeah. And leave me standing in the rain. Nice. Thanks, Gina. Yeah, so this is our last load that we're going to be taking. It's not really a full load, but because it's rained, it's probably going to weigh a little bit more. Cool, so we're just going to follow Joaquim. I think he was saying something about picking up some diesel and alkanes. And yeah, then we go to the lagar, which is the press, and find out what this last load is in weight. It's probably going to be a little bit more now because it's been raining. It's sitting in the back of the truck there and it's wet. So yeah, maybe the press is really busy today because everyone knew it was going to rain today, and what they do is they wait until it gets nice and wet till it weighs more, and then they bring it in.
Or they'll be taking all the stuff in from yesterday.
Yeah, well, we'll see, because a lot of these presses at the moment have got enormous queues. So yeah, so we'll see. Yeah. Right. It's yeah.
Não recebe.
Yeah. Amanhã ou?
Sei, ele é que me disse que era conhecido.
Yes.
E eu procurei.
I saw, yeah.
Não vais que não recebe. Ele também levava lá os sacos dele para lá.
Okay.
Não. Como é que Joaquim vai fazer?
What must we do? Go back. Yeah.
Pronto.
Okay.
Só se formos para o ninho, experimentamos, vamos para outro.
Okay.
Este é Sobral,
Okay.
mas há outro no ninho. Só se levarmos para lá esta para o ninho, mas depois não sei como é que aquilo está também. Não, vamos.
Okay, so we go back. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. We passed by another car that had olives in, that was running in the opposite direction, and Joaquin spoke to them through the window, and they were basically saying something to the effect of the press is closed or something. So yeah, so we're gonna have to go back. So I'm not sure exactly what's happening. Obviously, our grasp of Portuguese is very small at this stage. But I definitely got that we're going back and that we can't put them at the press. Right, so yeah, I'm just going to help the farmer transfer all of our olives out of the back of his pickup into some kind of a container. What's happened is the press is they've got so many olives that they don't want anymore, so they aren't taking any more in. So they're turning people away, and we don't know exactly when they're going to be letting people in again. So we're going to move them into a container and then try taking them on a different day. Yeah. So yeah, so basically we've got this this big tub, and we're just bracing it so that it doesn't split apart when we stick a ton of olives into it. So we're just going to transfer them from here, stick them in this tub. Unfortunately, the tub broke. I don't know if you can see this piece over here. So we've had to brace it with a bit of a strap. Hopefully I can record all of this because I've only got 10% battery left. Right, so let's get all these olives out and into this container, and then Joaquin has his pickup truck all nice and free to use for his farming. Hey guys and girls, Saturday the 28th of November 2020, 3:30 in the afternoon, and as you probably saw in the last clip, my battery ran out. That was 2 days ago. Since then, yesterday, Joachim took the olives to the Lagar. So they have been dropped off. Unfortunately, when he wanted to go, I couldn't go at the time, so I wasn't able to film. But yeah, I'm going to go and meet him on his farm now. Apparently he's there. I'm going to get the slips of paper so we know exactly how much we actually harvested. Stay. Naughty little dogs. Masak, stop that. Right, let's see if I can find the farmer. Gina said he's driven up this road here, so I'll just go up in this direction and see if I can find him. Is this him? I think it is. Okay.
370.
Ah, okay, yeah. 370, okay, yeah. All right. Oh, yes, okay. Muito obrigado. Yeah.
Depois combinamos, Joaquim combina com o Kennedy,
Yeah.
Georgina, para ir lá a saber quantos litros.
Okay. So we're going to combinar, okay. Okay.
Temos que combinar.
Okay.
Combinar, depois vamos lá. Ok?
Perfect. Yes, sim. Okay. Ciao.
Yes.
Yes. Right. Let's see what Gina's up to. Hello, Gina. Gina's using Bob the camper van as a little office. Check this out, Gina. So we got our first slip. So our very first load is the number at the bottom, which is 730 kilograms. And then our second load was 630. And then our very last load, which was a much smaller load, was 370. So in total, all three of these slips is 1,730 kilograms, or 1.73 tons. So that's pretty exciting. What do you think?
I think we're going to be swimming in olive oil
Yes.
in January.
Yes. Well, they do say that you get roughly 10%. So we're going to get about 173 litres of olive oil. And we only want about 50 for ourselves. So Gina and I want 50. And then we're going to share the rest with our neighbours and have some for like friends and family for gifts. And maybe even have some to sell. 1.73 tons. That's pretty cool. First year. How awesome. Okay, so the next job is pruning. Now, Nick and Andrea, friends of ours who live close by in Fundau, they came and they pruned these 2 trees. And this is the huge mass that came off just 2 trees. I mean, it's a massive amount of leaves. And we've got another sort of 80 to 100 trees that we need to do this to. So it's going to be quite a big job. And supposedly this is the time of year when you do it. And what you're looking to do is create a lot of airflow. It's got to be almost like so that a bird can just fly straight through the branches. You want to have a lot of space there, and you also don't want the tree to be too high, because next year the last thing you want to be doing is having to extend yourself too high so that you have to get the olives out. So yeah, so that's going to be our next task. And for the time being, we are just waiting now for a couple of weeks for the olives to get pressed. So at the moment, all of the olives are getting dropped off. So every single farmer around this area, you can see all the trees in the background, all the different fields. Everyone's doing their olives right now and taking them to the press. All those olives are going to get mixed up, and they're going to make oil from them. In a couple of weeks, we're going to come back and they're going to tell us exactly how much oil we got from the weight of olives that we dropped off. And then it gets split up that way. Now, it is possible to get your exact own olive oil pressed, so that you're actually getting the oil from your particular, olives. But we couldn't do that this year. We can't expect our neighbour who's done all of the transportation to just drop everything that he's doing and spend 1 or 2 days just queuing outside the lagoon waiting for our oil to get pressed. It's just not something that I'm going to ask anyone to do. So, perhaps next year we'll have a 4x4 by then with a nice load bay, and we can take our own olives. And then I'd quite happily sit there for the whole day. But yeah, I can't expect anyone else to do that. I'm sure the quality of these olives that are growing on our farm here are going to be practically exactly the same as the olives growing on all the different fields around here. It's the same climate, it's the same space. So I don't think it's going to taste dramatically different. From what I've seen about these local farmers here in this area where we are, is the majority of them are doing everything organically and just trying to do things naturally. I mean, that may not be the case for some other people, but, this year I don't really have any control over that. Next year, though, when we do have our very own OKportugal olive oil, then perhaps it's time to start bottling it up and selling it on the channel or something like that. For our first year, I'm just quite chuffed, quite impressed that we were actually capable of not only harvesting our grapes, but now also harvesting the olives and getting all of that done in our first year. So I'm happy with that. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. I know it's a really difficult time of year. Everyone's seems to be back on lockdown again, and life is getting quite difficult for people. So yeah, I hope everyone out there keeps safe, and things are going to get better. Keep positive, keep your chins up, and thanks for watching. All the best.